Most of the people who heard about the Gili Islands of Indonesia mainly know the 3 famous Gilis in the north of Lombok. So when you do your research, you will find a lot of information about these 3 Gilis. But what most people don't know, there are some secret Gilis. In this video I want to give you some tips how to travel to the secret Gilis, which are in the very southwest of Lombok. There are a couple of Gilis, but basically there are 3 Gilis where you can sleep on. They have accommodation, and this is Gili Gede, Gili Layar and Gili Asahan. We went to Gili Asahan because we did some research and the pictures we found were amazing. So how to get to Gili Asahan? When you book a driver from Kuta, we stayed in Kuta, which is one of the main towns of Lombok, you can pay between 350,000 and 500,000 Indonesian rupiah. Depends where you book your driver and if you book a driver at your hotel or on the street. So we walked around Kuta and there are several tourist informations, like little huts on the street. You need to bargain a little bit and talk to them. But then at the end, we got a price for 350,000 Indonesian rupiah. So what you need to know when you want to go to Gili Asahan, there's a special harbor for Gili Asahan, which is called Pantai Kores. This is not the main harbor where you find the boats to Gili Gede. It's a little bit further, 15 to 20 minutes, and it's actually hard to find. So what we did is we downloaded the offline map of Lombok on Google Maps. And if you got that map on your phone, you can actually check where the driver takes you. This is where the harbor is. So the ride from Kuta to the harbor Pantai Kores takes about 2 hours. We actually booked our room at the Gili Asahan Eco Lodge and Restaurant. And when you stay over there, they will pick you up at the harbor with a boat for free. So text them before you go there so they know around about when you arrive, and then the boat will pick you up. It's about 5 to 10 minutes from the harbor to Gili Asahan, and then you're in heaven. So this is the harbor. And we're going to Gili Asahan over there. Happy?
Happy!
Okay, so that's the boat. So we arrived on Gili Asahan. This is the Eco Lodge. So we're staying at Cottage 2. Let's check this one out. And we got 2 fresh coconuts. Okay, let's check out the room. Nice. So this is the bed. This is the window. When you wake up, you have this view. Palm trees. Bathroom. Oh, that's big. So there's another bed upstairs. This is the couch. This is how you get inside. So this is the restaurant over there. Behind that is the Eco Lodge. And this is just 1 minute. 1 minute in front of the accommodation. This is the beach. So what to do on Gili Asahan? The island is quite small, but there's a lot you can do. When you stay at the Eco Lodge, you get a lot of equipment for free, like kayaks, stand-up paddle boards, and snorkeling equipment. One thing we did is we rented a kayak, a double kayak, and we went from Gili Asahan to a little island just in front of Gili Asahan, which is called Gili Gede.
And then you could paddle out just all the way to this side, and then you could visit this little island. This is called Gili Gede, and it's got a nice spot for snorkeling here. And you know what? It looks, if you see or notice, then it looks like a flip-flop. It's a very useful information, right?
This island is so small, there's like nothing, and you have your own beach and you can actually snorkel over there. We really liked the reef and the corals just in front of Gili Gede. Then of course you can take the kayaks and go around Gili Asahan and go wherever you want to. It's like a really nice view. You can actually also go to the mainland of Lombok, and we heard there are some nice starfish on the ground when you kayak on the coast. So we just arrived on Gili Gede and we got a kayak from the Gili Asahan Eco Lodge. It's like 10 minutes paddling and you're on this island, and we will snorkel around that area here. Over there is the mainland of Lombok. So you see it's just around the corner. There are also three main snorkel spots on Gili Asahan. One is in the very south of the island, one is in the north of the island, and the other one is in the west. We snorkeled around the very south of the island, which was nice, but not the best visibility on that day. But something we can really recommend is on another day we booked a snorkeling trip, which is about 2 to 3 hours. Starts at 9:30 in the morning, and they actually take you to several spots also around the other Gili islands like Gili Gede and Gili Layar. And this was actually a really good trip because they drop you like in the middle of the ocean at some spots or like a little bit away from the beach, and you have huge corals you can see. So this is our snorkel trip around Gili Asahan. And of course, when you do that trip, you can see a lot of fish. The trip costs around 150,000 Indonesian rupiah per person, which is really not a lot for such a great trip. Some other things you can do. There are two viewpoints. One is called the Yoga Shala. You just walk like 5 minutes up a hill and you are on a platform. So they built this a little bit up in the mountains, like not too high, it's like 5 minutes, but you have a beautiful view. But when you walk around the island, like we said, it's not too big, but you can see some stuff, like there's a village, there's a school, there are some abundant houses we're going to check out later. So it's like a full day trip we do today, just walking around a little bit, maybe hopping into the ocean. So if you do all this on one day, make sure that you have enough water, that you bring your sunscreen, your mosquito spray, maybe your snorkeling equipment, because there's several spots around the island. And we packed a day pack. And a little fun fact, we got a day pack from Osprey, which looks super nice. And on top of this, it's super sustainable as well, because it's made out of recycled plastic. There's another viewpoint, like we don't really know right now how far it is, but you have like a 360 degrees view from over there, and you can see the sunset or sunrise. And then there are a couple of more things we didn't do. For example, you can do horse riding. You can do a fishing trip, or you can go diving. So now I want to tell you a little bit about the accommodation, the Gili Asahan Eco Lodge where we stayed. The cottage where we stayed at is actually really huge, and up to 5 people can stay there. You have aircon, you have your own little terrace and your own little garden, which is really nice. If you're traveling more on a budget, on a backpacking budget, they also got some bales. There's one just behind me. This is actually a little bit like you sleep outside, but it has like some cover outside, so you can actually close everything. And it looks really cozy. And we talked to some people who slept in there, and they said they slept like babies. So you have your own little terrace. And just behind, you find the bedroom. It's nice. So you have some light over here. Of course, a mosquito net which covers like the whole bed, in case it gets too hot.
What?
Hot?
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 What?
Hot?
Hot?
What? You just turn on this fan. And some of them have a shared bathroom. Here you have your own bathroom, which looks beautiful as well. Look at this. Toilets and the shower. So I think this is a really good option if you want to stay on Gili Asahan on a budget. Also, the Eco Lodge has a really nice restaurant. You find some Indonesian food here, which is very good, and you can also find some Western food. Also, when you stay at the Eco Lodge, the breakfast is included, and the breakfast is awesome. And one thing I really need to tell you, the staff of the Eco Lodge is really, really nice and polite and very helpful. And on the very last day, we moved to a different place. We stayed at a house which is called Sisok. So Sisok is actually perfect for a group of people if you travel with your family to Lombok. And one thing you need to know, the sea view from the bedroom on the top level is the shit. So we are moving to a different place. It's the very last night on Gili Asahan, and tonight we have our own house. So we just packed our backpacks. So we really loved our stay at the Sisok. So how to leave Gili Asahan? Our next stop was Tete Batu, which is this here where we are right now. We booked our driver again, the one who took us from Kuta to Gili Asahan, and we paid around 500,000 Indonesian rupiah from the harbor again, Pantai Koris to Tete Batu. So 500,000 Indonesian rupiah for a ride which took around 2 hours 45 minutes. You can obviously also go back to Kuta, and also what we heard is you can go from the Gilis to Bali if you want to. So I hope this video helped you to plan your trip to Gili Asahan or to the secret Gilis. If you got any other tips, please post a comment, and if this video helped you, please give me a thumb up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching.